Once again, hello and Allah Pa. It is still Sunday, it's 15th, time is 11:14 in the night. I'm Abbas Tamori. I'm going to continue my discussion of the acts and deeds that results in a spiritual quality. And this time I'm going to be talking about donations and benevolences and giving, essentially. Giving is a very important, most important part of all the religious activity it has been. So it is essential. As Shoaib Effendi says, is the lifeblood of the Baha'i activity. Is the donation. Money is. We need that. At the Baha'i faith, you could say overall there are three distinct ways of giving money. One of them is just simply giving to the poor. In Islam they call it zakat, as a part of the income or money or whatever you have that you have to give to the poor. The other one is specific, it's called shares of God or rights of God. And then there are other donations that will have to go to universal laws of justice. So there are donations that go to universal laws of justice. There are donations that go to the universal laws of guardianship. That's called rights of God. And there are donations that the individual will have to do for others in form of money or other things. So let's read some of this writing that I've selected. It is in the hidden words. Quote, O ye that pride yourselves on the mortal riches, know ye in truth that wealth is a mighty barrier between the seeker and his desires, the lover and his beloved, the rich but for a few shall in no wise attain the court of his presence, nor enter the city of content and resignation. Well is it then with him who being rich is not hindered by his riches from the eternal kingdom, nor deprived by them of imperishable dominion. By the most great name, the splendor of such a wealthy man shall illuminate the dwellers of heaven, even as the sun enlighten the people of the earth. It reminds you all probably of Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and many others. There are lots of them. We just, in the West, somehow, we know only two. But it is seriously, Baha'ullah is a barrier, this wealth and rich. Why? Because even Jesus Christ says that. For a rich man to get into the kingdom, he says, is like a camel to pass through the needle, the eye of the needle. It's almost impossible. But this giving, if it's going to result in a spiritual quality and make the person generous, that's seriously important. Again, Jesus Christ says that don't let the right hand to know what the left hand did. So how are we going to do this? It's very, very important. I always think that if ever I want to give money to somebody, before I give it to him, I think at the moment I've given it to Baha'ullah. And Baha'ullah in return give the money back to me. And he says, okay, you are responsible for the money you gave it to me and I give it back to you. Now you're responsible to spend it carefully. First of all, you should be careful that no one knows what you're doing. If they do know it, the reward is what the people tell you. Like if they say, thank you, you saved my life, you're generous, whatever. If you get a reward from people, there's no way that you can get a reward from God or you attain to that generosity because you did it for that thank you. You did it for that feeling, you know. Very much the ego is involved at all these stages. You have to be very careful that the ego, you know, self-satisfactions and all that. This must be done in order for you to attain to become generous. So it's very important. That's the barrier, Baha'u'llah says in this case, because by God, most of the wealthy and rich people that I know, they're addicted in having the money. It's not that they don't have enough. The older they get, sometimes they're worse. The man has millions of dollars, but he has so much fear of losing his money. One of them was telling me that, oh, every time I watch the TV, because all of a sudden the American dollar hits Canadian dollar goes to American dollar. Oh my God, from last night my 15 million went down, a million went down, I lost $1 million. That's how, you know, they think. It seems that the only joy they have is just collecting the money. It's not that they're going to do anything about it. The more they get, the more the addiction goes on. It becomes an addiction. It's no longer wealth for the benefit of the person, even in this life. For the money they have to go so much to learn, to do. I'm going to continue these quotes in some of such questions. They're great. O you rich ones on earth, the poor in your midst are my trust. Guard ye my trust, and be not intent only on your own ease. So the poor are trust. You want God trust you? You're worthy. You have to take care of them. You have to know who they are, what they are. You have to keep an account of the people that you know, at least based on your money, based on extras that you have. That's what you could do with them if you want to get close. It's very hard for the material act, such as giving, to become generosity. How are these money made? One of them was Manochar Khan, the governor of Isfahan, a big province in Iran. When Bob came to him, he gave everything he had to Bob, everything. And he said to Bob, none of this is right money. Bob accepted it, but then he gave it back to him. He told him, not much left of your time and my time. My point was that this money that we make, although we pay the taxes, but it's very hard to say 100% this money is correct money. Even in a competition in the business that we have, you know, it's really dirty. I've always said that, bad example, I apologize, that if you want the money to live your life, you have to put your hand right down into the toilet and, you know, juggle to get maybe that dollar or coin right out. And then you have to wash your hand, so you keep that dollar. If you want more than that, you have to wear the suit and go right deep inside the well of the feces. Got to immerse into it. And I never wanted in my life to pay that price. So it's dirty. So it seems those who are poor, they don't have, and there's lots of them in the planet. It seems all the rich people, somehow or other, they're responsible for them. Maybe we took their money. In the religion of Islam, Imam Ali says, I've never seen a palace, a kingdom, a world big, unless the poor ones were sacrificed to make it. There was transgressions made against the poor to build up these palaces and castles. But in the Baha'i faith, Baha'ullah says not necessarily. It's the order of priority. A Baha'is, Baha'u'llah says it could be a golden chair. A chair that you sit could be made out of gold, but you are still a spiritual. It depends how the money is made. Maybe you're a farmer, and God has given it to you, and your farm just increased in value, and rain was good rain, good crop, and everything else. You became billionaires. For example, the money Bill Gates has made, I personally know that's a lawful, very correct money. Because he has made a product worth billions of dollars, millions at least, and the same product is given to you for $200. So as an individual, I'm getting a great deal of many years of research on making a window, and I'm receiving it for a couple $100. But then he sells it to a lot of people. So everyone really is getting benefit of this product, and he, in return, takes more. It seems his money is right, that's why he's giving it to others. He doesn't have that disease that he thinks is not rich. So, let's continue. This is the third one in the hidden words about the poor. O children of dusk, tell the rich of the midnight sighing of the poor, lest heedlessness lead them into the path of destruction and deprive them of the tree of wealth. To give and to be generous are attributes of mine. Well is it then with him that adoreth himself with my virtues. This is huge. Baha'u'llah says that you may not have money, but then you know where the poor are. He says directly, go tell to the rich people where the poor are. And he clearly says, generosity can come out of it. That's my virtue, says. You don't give, you buy when you give. You give money to buy generosity. Remember, generosity is not a feeling. It's an actual commodity. Only when you die you find it. Just like you were in the womb of the mother and you thought, you have sight. What for you have sight or ear? Now when you're born out of the womb of the mother, now you know without it you could not live here.